What is happening to YouTube? This is Hayes Anderson, and today I'm taking down my studio and rearranging it. So let's go over this real quick. I've been using this setup for about 1 year. It basically consists of a TT303, one of my drum machines, a TT606 or the TT78, going into a BeatStep Pro. And what you're not used to seeing is the full BeatStep Pro and the full mixer over here. And of course my two favorite pedals, the G went on and the B went on. But from there, I have an RK004 behind, the DFAM, the Neutron, and the Model D, and that's channel 1, channel 2. Of course, this has no MIDI channel, and all of this is controlled from the BeatStep Pro. And I can have any number of other synthesizers, which is what I've been doing, set them up here, configure them in with MIDI, hook them into the MIDI configuration, and jam away. This is one of my new favorite synths, the Delta Sep A. Absolutely love this thing. I'm going to be using it an awful lot. So I was using this over here as a sort of mini setup. I'm going to put the main mixer right here. It's going to be next to where I have the Scarlett audio interface. And I moved my bookshelf, which was over here kind of out of the way, and it housed all of my guitar pedals and some books and other things. And I moved it over here because now I have a function generator and a real oscilloscope. And of course my computer, blah, 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 which is where I record all the audio into. This is one of my new pedals real quick. Quick aside, this is the Robbie Sitar. That's going to be pretty cool, I think. So over here is my electronic setup. It's going to stay the same for the most part. Everything's kind of in a disarray as I try to get stuff moved around because I'm totally out of room down here. The soldering station, everything's going to stay the same. I've got my component drawers down here and so forth. But when we get over here to my extra synth storage, I'm completely out of room. All these racks are filled up and I can't stick synthesizers on top of synthesizers. The boutiques are going to come out to play, however. We'll get to that in part 2 of this video series. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking out all the audio cables, all of the MIDI cables, all the power stuff, and just getting that out of the way, all the wall warts, make sure they're all labeled, everything is assessed and nothing is missing and everything's working. And when I can do that, all the synthesizers, I can just kind of freely move them around. And I'm going to get some more storage bins, like these triple storage shelves here, and I'm going to use those to help store some of these synthesizers. So that's it for right now. I'm going to go on to part 2. When we come back, all this stuff is going to be kind of gone, moved out of the way. We'll see what happens. Let's see if we can jam out before we jam out. Just wanted to show all the stuff that's hidden beneath all the synthesizers here, all the cables and whatnot, and all the effort taken to get this stuff out of the way. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, while I'm here, check this out. This is kind of the dream. Yeah, that's going to make a mad wall of sound. Okay, we got the mixer moved, we got the new stuff, the new infrastructure ready to be set in. Check back here, I've got these nice power strips that are going to help distribute my power across the way, going all the way down. Got 11 of them, and this is just going to be really nice, I think. So I'm going to focus on the boutiques coming up here pretty soon, but more on that later. Also, I've got these power banks here that I'm going to use to power the boutiques. For my mini chaos pads, I've got these really nice and cheap, hopefully they're safe, 5-volt power supply units, and I'm going to use, I'll show you here in a second, some adapters to fit into the DC jacks. So these are battery hungry little beasts, but with some dedicated power, no problem at all. So I was able to get my bookshelf back here, and I got all my books that make me look like I'm smart when I'm not really smart. I don't actually read books. I just buy books, and they make me look smart. Sometimes I like to sleep on them, and I think that the words go into my head at night. That makes me extra smart. So over here I'm glad I'm doing this because I already got some more parts that came in from a couple different places. Got to go through and get these all sorted out. What I was telling you about are these nice little adapters that I found on Amazon. These are like 2.1 millimeter down to 1.7, and all the Volcas and the cord kind of stuff, they use 1.7. But these are a piece of cake. We'll come back over here real quick, and I can just fit one of those right in. Can't do it with one hand, of course, but they fit. All right, back to the grind. And I got the boutiques set up in their stands, so hopefully I can get more synths going, more jams with the boutiques. Really soon I'm going to get the Behringers into their stands once they're made available. Maybe next month, maybe August, we'll see. But in the meantime, I need to get reacquainted with these guys. One thing you might notice is I don't have the TB03 in here, and I don't have the VP03 either. The VP03 is going to go with the VC340 and the Strike FET. That's going to be another configuration for setting up later. And the TB03 I'm just going to set out and use for ad hoc jams, I think. I decided instead to go with the DO5. We'll see. I might switch out and get the TB03 in here, but I think for the most part I'm just going to leave it out. And these are going to be powered with these power bricks. Each one can handle 4. I probably could get a hub and handle more than 4. But I think, 3 coming into one of these. I'll see how long this lasts for. I'm hoping it's going to last for several days between the two of them. Need to get MIDI hooked up, and of course a bunch of audio cables going over to the mixer somehow. All right, well, thanks for hanging out, and get some jamming going soon. Bye-bye.